Welcome to Daily Zohar. Amar Rabbi Abba. Rabbi Abba says on Psalms 121, Hashem yishmor tzedcha uvoecha me'ata ve'ad olam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will guard your departure and arrival from now till the end of time. It says, Yishmor tzedcha, He will guard your departure. Nachon, good. Aval uvacha ma perusho. What does it mean to come back? Okay, I understand you're leaving, but why He needs to guard you to come back? Perusho, it means הרי מי שנכנס לביתו אינו מפחד. Whoever enters his home is not afraid. It's my home, mi casa. Right? So you don't need to guard yourself when you're leaving. You go outside, you don't know. And somebody might wait for you in the streets or something happen. But when you come to the house, you're not afraid. Ela Adam, that's not what it means. Ela Adam hazeh, that man, המשים רושם הקדוש ברוך הוא לביתו בדברי שם העליון. Roshem is an impression. Bilurshom or impression. When a man puts a mezuzah, the impression is the mezuzah. Because there is the Shem. That's why, according to Halachot Mezuzah, the Shem of Hashem, the Shem Shaddai, needs to be somewhat revealed. Some people, lefi Kabbalah, they say, אנחנו לא מדברים Kabbalah. Even though it's a Zohar, we're talking about halacha. And by the way, again, there could not be a machloket between Kabbalah and halacha based on what the Gemara told us. Many times we said it, we'll say it again. If you find a gap or a contradiction between Kabbalah and halacha, without a doubt, you didn't understand at least one of them. It cannot be. It's simply an interpretation of a given subject, so therefore how could you interpret completely different? It's the same interpretation, different codes. It's like, I would call, let's say, the red, I don't know the wavelength of the red color, but if I'll tell you argument's sake, I don't know, 156, just using that, okay? Well, everybody that knows that will tell you, well, 156 means a red light. If you know it. If you don't know, you're going to tell me, what does it mean? What color is 156? There's no such thing. But there is. It's the wavelength of that. Or if you're a graphic designer, the Pantone, the colors have a code. If I'll tell you P31, okay, you know it's whatever it is. If you know, that's why not everybody knows Kabbalah. Many people know the outside rhetoric, but they don't understand the inside of it. That's why they find gaps. If you understand it, there's no gaps. It's impossible. Is there a difference between if a person says, excuse me, who is this? He says, well, that's my son. There will be difference if you say, this is my son, or you say, I'm his father. It's the same thing. Now, so a person who puts this impression, there is the mezuzah, puts the mezuzah b'divrei Shem ha'elyon, the words of the holy name. He meshumar mikol. A person like this is guard of all. That's why it's important to put the mezuzah. כשיוצא אותו אדם ממדורו לשער הבית, when a person goes from his room to the gate of the house, נושא עיניו, he looks, puts his head up, ורואה הרושם הקדוש, and he sees that holy impression that would come from the mezuzah. Listen, we had established this before that there's very little left of what is authentic Jewish art. So one of the things I'm torn with it. It's one of the things that we have left as a authentic Jewish art is whatever comes out from the mezuzah, this decoration that people do and so on and so forth. It really means to see the name, to see the Shem Shin Dalet Yud, the Shem Shaddai in front of you. That's what it means. So I'm torn between the beauty of the artwork to the real thing. But it's really that impression, the lights that will come out from those things. The same thing as they say, when a person has the Torah, they do Hagbah for the Torah. Person is supposed to look for a letter that his name starts with, and through that would draw lights. of course, we are talking about something quite abstract that a person knows, but there's no flashlight is going to come out there. It's something on a higher level. And that's what a person should be doing, according to the Kabbalah. So here too, that light would come on you. That light that will come from Shem, from the Shem, the name that it says on it, will shed light of God. Will be like a protective shield on you, and that shield will prevent you from going into trouble when you leave the house. And when a person goes out, it goes out, escorts him, and guards him. That Shem of Hashem guards you. So that's what he says. Hizahu b'chvod tzurat hamelech hakadosh. Be very careful with not the tzura of a melech hakadosh. Be very careful with what you're doing, especially when you walk out of the house. Why? Because there is a certain divine impression on you. So when you leave the house, you got to watch out. Very careful. V'chol ze, why? And all this because mishumoto haroshem shel Hashem hakadosh nirsham bepitcho. And all this because of the name of the holy name that is engraved on your house. So you see how important it is to have the mezuzah in your house. But it's more important to have the appropriate mezuzah in your house. A mezuzah that was written down in a holy fashion, and so on and so forth. It says, "Velo dailo la'adam shenishmar bebeto." It's not enough that a person is guarded in his house. Ela she'akadosh baruch hu shomer oto keshenichnas v'yotze. When you comes and goes, shekatuv Hashem yishmorcha yishmor tzedcha uvorecha me'ata v'ad olam. A people are going to be guarded forever and ever on arrival and departure. Of course, if they have the mezuzah. If they have the mezuzah. And it says that a person needs to know ki yesh lo leoto ruach ra'ah. There is a bad attribute. It's called shasa, shin samech hey. That ruach ra'ah has shin samech hey will be how much? 365 different servants. And against the days of the year, and everybody has his day that he could start balagan for us, to start trouble for us. And they all go along with you. And they criticize you from above. And at night, they give you bad dreams. When you go out, samim yado על כתפיו, ואומרים לו, אוי לו, לפלוני שיצא מרשות אדונו. They put the so-called hands on you. They says, oh, you see, you're going from the domain of your master, you're going out, you better watch out. אוי לו לפלוני בעולם הזה, in this world, and בעולם הבא. Because of that, בני האמונה צריכים להיות רשומים בכל. Those who are people with emunah needs to have this holy impression on them all the time. You're not doing a favor to anyone by putting a mezuzah in your house. And you don't impress anyone by putting a mezuzah the size of a Sefer Torah on your door. You need to understand that you need to buy a mezuzah mi-adam kasher, mi-sofer, the scribe who's Yereh Shamayim. It's not the size that matters, it's the purity that matters. You're not doing it to impress anyone. You're doing it as a guard to yourself. And the guard does not come, again, by size. It comes by purity. That's the proper impression. And it's very important that you know why you're doing that. If you're doing that as a part of your decoration of your house, you want this big chunk of mezuzah made out of pure sterling silver, and you pay more attention to which is ridiculous. People would spend $200-300 just for a case for a mezuzah, and then you tell them, listen, this mezuzah, the parchment inside, costs $100. Wow, why so much money? I remember one time, one of my wife's colleagues, heard that I'm going to Israel, said, "Can you do me a favor? Can you give me some mezuzot from Israel?" I said, "Sure, not a problem, And I said to him, "But he said, listen, did you check the prices here? See if they said, no, I want them from Israel." I said, "Hi." So I said, "Bekitzu, to make a long story short," I said to him, "Listen, it's expensive. You want what kind of the casing you can buy?" He says, No, I want the outside. I don't want the inside." So I said, "What's the point of having the casing? The inside is important." He said, No, it's okay. I just want it to look like this. I like the way it looks. That impression needs to be on you all the time. And this is the absolute shmirah that we have ba'olam hazeh u'ba'olam haba. It is very important, even more so in Chutz La'aretz, while you're outside of Israel, to have in Israel as well, but in Chutz La'aretz also, because there's a greater kitrug and so on and so forth, one needs to be very careful with halachot mezuzah. And those mekatragim will be on us all the time. How do we guard? We have a proper mezuzah. So when you go out, it's not just to go like this and you kiss every mezuzah that comes your way. It's like you're not doing a high five in a basketball match. There is a small moment of meditation when you go. You're going out of the domain now, your domain. You're going to the unknown. And when you come, you bring with you also some things that you don't know what you're bringing yourself with. So in a way, when you put your hand on the mezuzah, just pause for a second and understand that you're asking for shmirah, for guardian, or HaKadosh Baruch Hu on you. And when you come home, you should do the same way. Not just because of your, "Hey, how you doing? How's everybody?" But rather, whatever I came with me, almost like a zapper. I'm going in, I'm coming into my house clean. So that's why Kadosh Baruch Hu will guard your arrival and departure, or departure and arrival. Not only from what you are going to face outside, but what you're going to bring yourself inside. So therefore, if you want guarding in your life, and you want your life to go the right way, you have to make sure to understand that you absolutely need the shmirah, the guarding, and the support, and the siyua, and the help of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that would only be achieved if you live your life b'kedusha. It's not how extravagant your efforts will be. And we said, it's not what do you do, but rather why do you do that. And to remember that is a tremendous thing, especially now, because we know that when the king comes during the month of Elul to get with him, Ba'od kol chayot haaretz, everybody comes. So we need a tremendous shmirah now, not to fall, not to stumble right before Rosh Hashanah. That's why it's customary to check mezuzot and so on, and tefillin during that. Tefillin is also the same thing. Tefillin has the same shmirah as well. Tefillin is on a different level, but it's also a type of shmirah. You need to have this reshimu, this impression of shmirah elyona on you. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu will help us. So check your mezuzot, check your tefillin. When you go out, stop for a second, pause. When you come in, do the same thing. And Be'ezrat Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will guide and protect us. Me'ata va'ad olam.